through our science slides so that you guys can add information and continue your progress through a balanced biosphere. So, welcome to class. We've got 4 new vocab words. Feel free to pause this video as needed in order to stop and write in items as you're working through our list of things to do today. So I'm going to jump down to our first vocab word, which is symbiosis. So symbiosis is just a general term that explains a relationship in which 2 species live closely together and at least one species will benefit. So there are 3 different examples of a symbiotic relationship or symbiosis that we're going to talk about further. Feel free to pause if you need time to write this definition. Our next one is mutualism. So this is the first kind of symbiotic relationship. So a mutualistic relationship is when both species will benefit. So just like having a mutual friend, right? Both people benefit from that. Next, we're going to talk about commensalism. This is a relationship where one species will benefit and the other species is not helped or harmed. So you can see the whale is carrying the barnacles. The barnacles are benefiting because they're being able to transport through different parts of the ocean, but the whale isn't helped or harmed because they're on him. And then finally today for our last word, it's parasitism. This is a relationship where one organism will live on, with, or inside another organism and is causing harm. So the organism, like the mosquito, for example, is benefiting, but it is harming the other organism that it is feeding on. You're going to take a few minutes today to assign new roles. A couple of them need to stay the same, or I think just one. Recorders, you are going to be the same recorder as last time so that you can view your feedback that I gave on your checkpoint 2 that you turned in. So first, facilitators, make sure you're saying hi to everybody in the group. Welcome everybody back. Materials manager, you're going to have the person who was cleanup crew last science class make a copy of the norms contract that I emailed them and then share it with everybody in your group. You're going to take a few minutes today to decide on some group norms. Recorders, you're going to write on the whiteboards, and then you're also going to open up your checkpoint 2 and share out with the group any feedback that you had. So it should be the same person who was the recorder last class and turned in checkpoint 2 will have this feedback. Harmonizer, you're going to have the group share out the answer to the following question: what helps you tune into the present moment? And cleanup crew, we make everybody in your group open up their Venn diagram. It is located in the gradient platform for science. And then also please have someone in your group smile. Make someone in your group smile today. Take a couple minutes to do that. Next, we're going to do a checkpoint 2 check-in. So everyone's going to open up that checkpoint 2 doc. Remember, this was emailed to you last science class by the materials manager in your group. So it could be shared in your Google Docs if you don't have it in your email anymore. But recorders are going to open up and view the feedback, share with everybody. Most of the edits that need to be made are just on how the plate boundaries work and form your chosen geologic feature. So just make sure that you're keying in on that. You might have to do a little Googling, some research in order to figure out how exactly your landform was made. All right, next we're gonna go back to that oil and natural gas that we worked on last time. So we watched a video on how oil and natural gas were formed, and you guys completed the paper copy of how that works. So today we're going to actually key in on coal, and we've talked about coal before and how it was formed, thousands, hundreds of thousands of years ago, where it was typically in a swampy area. So its plants in that swampy forest would die, become buried and compressed, just like we noticed with the ocean, the dead ocean animals, as they were layered on the ocean floor to create oil. Same thing with coal, but we have it in a swampy area, and it's the plants that die and get layered in under that swampy area. So as that pressure keeps building, coal can end up forming over millions of years. So today what we're going to do is we are going to do a compare and contrast on oil and natural gas on one side and coal formation on the other side. So you will have a Venn diagram that is located in your gradient platform. It's just on a slide. You'll be able to enter in your information on the little colored lines that you'll see in Gradient. So what I want you to do is just as a table group, work with your whole table group. Everyone should put it in the information in their own assignment or activity, in their own Venn diagram, because you will utilize this for your checkpoint 3, which is a graded assignment, okay? So again, outside should have the differences, the inside, the overlapping circles should have like what's similar between the two. This will be the document you can refer back to for your how is oil made, right? And then you will also see the article that I read to you guys last class, which was the oil and natural gas. And then it'll go into the coal formation and how coal is formed. It has a little bit of information there for you as well to help you complete your Venn diagram. All right. Next, we're going to move into gaining some evidence and data for checkpoint number 3. You will be doing a CER, claim, evidence, and reasoning. And remember, our evidence should have data. Numbers is really important for us. So there is another activity that, again, you can work as a whole table group to complete, but you are going to compare some oil reserves and some coal reserves. And I've given you 2 different data points. So you've got a bar graph for the first one that you're going to look at for oil, and then you have a pie chart for coal. You're going to go through and just answer some of those questions, and this is going to be a great resource to use or great activity to use in order to get your numbers for your evidence in your CER for checkpoint number 3. This will be really important. Don't lose this document. Again, you can work with your table group, but everyone should complete this activity so you have it available to you when you go to work on your checkpoint number 3, which